like
Okay. Hmm. Very interesting. We are looking at the key, which we should not. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Uh, Guys, I'll be telling you the answers up front. I have. You guys have attempted both of them, right?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah. So you can check with your answers to 2231. Okay. Oh, for this option number B. Option number B. Oh, this is again the key answer. Okay, we will be discussing all of these. Yeah. I don't know what has happened. It is not updating. Just a sec. Okay, for that time it is 2 2 and 3 1. So for 1 2 3 4, B B C A. Okay, just mark your answers as well. We will be like discussing them. What, how they are trying to justify and all that. I don't know what's happening. It's not syncing properly. Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, we have got it. Okay, guys, how's your, like I talked with Shreyas. Tejal, you can also say what was your review. It talks about tribe and all that. Would you like to? Would anyone like to, talk about this passage? What they are trying to say, etc. What the author is trying to say, or like if you guys have attempted it today, if you guys attempted it yesterday, then I understand you must have forgotten. Uh, okay, I take that as you guys have attempted yesterday and forgotten. Uh, uh, Guys, so like, did you guys have the answers, or like how many of these are correct? It's fine. It was a tough RC, not tough, but on the harder side.
Yeah, I got second and third correct.
Okay, okay, just a sec. I'll mark it. Yeah. Okay, second and third. Okay.
Yeah, fourth I did not attempt.
Okay.
First I was confused between
Okay.
two options.
That's fine. Perfectly fine. Yeah. Tejal, what about you?
I attempted first, second, and third. First one I got wrong. I
Sorry.
marked D, but the
Okay. Sorry, Tejal, some noise. Can you please just repeat?
actually at first, second, and third I attempted, but the first one I marked as D.
Oh, D.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 So for question number one, you have marked D. Okay. Okay. Just a sec. Hmm. Okay. And okay. And for the second one?
Yeah, B.
Okay. So all others are correct?
Fourth I didn't attempt.
Okay. B and C are correct.
Yeah.
Oh, very interesting pattern. Oh, you also didn't attempt. And Shreyas, in one, what were you like? Did you answer anything?
Yeah, I was confused between C and B. So I like yeah, I was not able to
Okay.
get one.
So
Both
C,
of
right?
them. C, yeah, C.
Okay, okay, okay. Guys, one advice that I'll be giving: don't see after when you're reading. It is a very good investment. Like you have invested 6 to 7 minutes in reading and understanding the passage, etc. So when you are saying that I did not attempt a question, I will always advise you to, because you have invested. Okay, I understand that you also need to move forward, but since you see you have invested some time, try to give it maybe a second try. The question, don't leave it. I also understand you won't be wanting to leave it, but just an additional advice which I would give: don't leave it. I mean, who knows, if you are confused between two options, mark one. It's fine, and on the D-Day maybe you will be lucky, you will be getting that 3 marks. If you are confused between two, if you are confused between three, etc., okay, you can move on. Maybe it was not your question and all that. Okay, guys, I also attempted this and I got 3 out of 4 correct. I also didn't get the first one I got wrong. I completely missed something. When I give you mocks, I also give the mock in the same time which I give you. So it's a good exercise. Okay, we'll come to the passage. Guys, just a revision. What does the first question talks about? Why does the author say tribe is a troublesome word? Okay. Okay. So we are talking about this passage. True, tribe is a troublesome word. So someone is saying tribe is a troublesome word. The author then maybe is saying true, tribe is a troublesome word. Okay. Now the interesting part starts. Why is it troublesome? It is given like bearing the weight of decades of anthropological. Okay, what is this word? Anthropological. You don't have to understand what is anthropological. Just if you don't know the meaning, it's perfectly fine. Bearing the weight of decades of anthropological study that privileged Western civilization over all other traditions. Guys, what this in red bracket? What meaning, or like what is it implying?
I think it's implying that it is too old, like old tradition kind.
It is, yeah, that, but like more, if you want to be more clear, it is saying tribe is a troublesome word. Okay, it is problematic. Then wait, just I'll erase this. Then comma, bearing the weight of decades of anthropological study. Anthropological study is something which privileged Western civilization over all other tradition. So that is why tribe is a troublesome word. That is what it is saying. After that, it is talking about, but let us pare it down to its simplest meaning. So it is talking about its meaning and what tribe is. But why it is troublesome? That is what the first question asks. Why does the author say that tribe is a troublesome word? Trouble. So we will look at first at C, then D. I mark A. Okay. In its current use, it means a group that is ancestral to modern civilized groups. Shreyas, can we infer this? Modern civilized group. Are they talking about tribe being uncivilized?
Yes, actually, yeah,
Right? So they are
yeah.
not talking about anywhere uncivilized. They are talking about, see, there is this idea that tribes are opposed to cultures of war. Not opposed, they are like the favor of war and peace, and they talk about this, and they talk about tribalism. Today pundits speak in worried tones about fragmentation of country and increase in tribalism, as if acknowledging a group as well retreat to a more savage time. So nowhere they are talking about uncivilized, because today only I gave this a try. I could not find. So mostly it is not there. Okay, just a second. I'll just see. This is about passing of tribe, so it's not here. Okay, it is not even here. This uncivilized nature. I'm trying to collect if it's anywhere. Okay, collective effervescence by that guy, and this talks about how tribe should be passed rather than how it is being passed. Okay, this also like addition to this. So Shreyas, mostly we cannot infer that civilized and uncivilized or tribe is ancestral to the modern civilized groups. Modern groups are civilized, it is assuming. Okay, so like there are better options for now. So just a second. Tejal, coming to your option, in its original sense, it meant human communities formed beyond the bonds of kinship. So Tejal, it might be true. Okay, in the first paragraph we also look at its meaning, but is it why tribe is a troublesome word? Question yourself like that. Tribe is a problematic word that author is saying. Okay. In its original sense, it meant human communities formed beyond the bonds of kinship. It is nowhere, okay, the line is here, but let us pare it down to its simplest meaning. Actually, it's talking about the simplest meaning, and here it is given original sense. So, simplest meaning is not equal to original sense. Okay, even if we override that, as a name for first human communities that formed beyond primal bonds of kinship, the beginnings of the great experiment we call society. Is this the reason, like the meaning and the first human communities that formed beyond primal bonds of kinship? That is not why tribe is a troublesome word. Tejal, I hope you are listening.
Yes, yes, I'm listening.
Yeah, so that is not why. Just question yourself when when it is asking why tribe trouble, we cannot go right.
Okay.
Yeah. So DB gaya. Now coming to A, which I marked. In its contemporary use, the word implies clashes between partisans in no. This very clearly see in its contemporary use, like modern day use, the word implies clashes between parties in political sphere. Does it? No. Wait, we will see where this political thing came. Mm, yeah. Okay. Hmm. Okay. You see it here. Okay. Yet no other word in English carries the same promise of a family beyond family. So it is talking about tribe. Tribe is the only English word which carries the promise, which carries the same promise of a family beyond family. To focus only on clashes between partisans in the political sphere is to ignore both the multiplicity of tribes and how they bring vigor to public life. So it is talking about how there is tribes are fighting between themselves in the political sphere, that is there, but it is talking about to focus only on clashes between parties is like to ignore both the multiplicity of tribes. Like it is saying, if you consider the fights between the parties, you are ignoring the variety of tribes. There are a lot of tribes. You don't have to look at only one, two tribes fighting within themselves, and how they bring vigor to public life. So they are bringing vigor to public life. How it talks about like debate, polyphony, and other thing, exchange of ideas, etc. How they bring ideas to the public by debate and all that. So that is not why tribe is a problematic word, right, guys? So like since that is there and it is giving the meaning, why is tribe a troublesome word? It is bearing the weight of decade. Bearing the weight means through decades of since decades tribe has been used by some community to define or whatever. So now the word tribe itself is carrying a particular color, bearing the weight of decades of XYZ study that privileged. So this problem is here. Um, Tribe would not have been a troublesome word if it didn't privilege one over the other. But since it did, it became. That is what the author is trying to say. And also, like, A cannot at all be inferred. So, moving on to the next one. Next one, both of you got correct. And okay, once again, I'll just go. Which of the following best explains collective effervescence between the passage? Yeah, good. That's a valuation that unifies the member of a group. Coming to option, like question number 3, which of the following statements will the American anthropologist MS most approve of? Yes. C, tribes and civilization don't necessarily differ around the idea of war. See here, option number A also, like many would mark, tribes and civilizations are equal on their propensity for violence, but it is a negative sentence. Propensity means your disposition, your inclination, your proclivity. So you understand, right? Propensity for violation, for example, your inclination for violation versus idea around war. Between those two, you have chosen option number C, and that is a better option. And yeah, C is correct, absolutely. Coming to option number 4, according to the author, all of the followings are true about tribal culture except. Guys, do you faintly remember the passage?
Yes, yes.
Okay, we will talk about it. According to the author, what is the author trying to say? Guys, like Tejal, if you can just in 2-3 sentences or one sentence, what is the author saying? Give me one liner. I'll also say what I think. It's fine if you don't remember, okay, passage. It's perfectly fine. I happened to give it today, so I remember.
Like what? It's about like comparison of like tribes with some other.
Uh huh. With some other. Hmm. No, Tejal. I think it's like the author is trying to talk about how, you know, the idea of tribes is, it should not be what it is today, and the author is kind of, advocating that. He's saying that it should not be what it is seen as today, rather than it should be, treated at what tribe used to be and what tribe originally meant, and how it should be preserved and passed on. Uh, that is what I think. I'm very confident that that is what the passage talks about. It's fine. Why I am asking that is to understand this question number 4. According to the author, so we need to understand the author's mind to see what he will approve and what he will not approve. According to the author, all of the followings are true about tribal culture, except, let's see. We'll start from D. Brings diversity into ideas and debatable perspectives. Okay, so guys, just to for you to understand better, I'll just highlight that line again. See, the strength of a culture lies not only this line. The author is talking about it already. He's saying that tribes bring a lot of ideas together, so it is good, right? How else are the ideas generated but through exchange and debate? Polyphony rather than a single voice. The strength of culture lies not in its promotion of a single way of being put, but in its ability to sustain a diversity of viewpoint. Okay, so like the author is talking about that, and so we'll eliminate D, option D. Okay, tribal culture instills means installs a sense, you can see it like that. Installs a sense of belonging outside immediate family members to its members. Yeah, it also talks about that. um, just a second.
Third passage, first line.
Yeah, oh, sorry, you were saying third paragraph. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yes,
Yeah,
no.
yes. I am. Yes. So obviously this is also there. So see, one para only you are getting two options eliminated. Good, no? Okay. So we cannot have this as well. Coming to B. So see, Tejal, it's very simple only. Uh, and Shiraz also.
But here,
Yeah.
in this option, he mentioned immediate family members.
Belonging outside, see, okay, yeah, see, this is IMS mock, okay, don't take things too word to word. I understand that, see, 80% of the times you will be correct and 20% of the times you won't be correct, because the exam setter wants you to follow his words very closely, but it's okay. Instills a sense of belonging outside immediate family members to its members. Okay, let's see. You have a point. Just a second. I will just come back at it since you have mentioned. Okay. Okay. See, Tejal will come to it, but like mostly it is a very weak point. Okay, considering we have a very strong point in hand. Okay, we will come to this. Immediate family member versus family members, very big issue. Okay, coming to option number B, engenders classes. See, engenders, I also didn't know what it means, but I think it instills, or like it is like supporting. That is how I saw this word, engenders. We can see the meaning once, but you don't have to. In such a case, what to do, I'll tell you what. Yeah, call forth and start generate. Engenders classes between multiple sides of the political sphere. When you read this word and this whole the rest of the sentence, most likely it starts clashes between multiple sides of the political sphere. Or like it can also mean it assuages, or like it extinguishes clashes between multiple sides of the sphere. But most likely if you read the article and have some idea if engenders is used, just a sec, I don't know if it's used. This is one thing which I really don't like about some RCs, when they get very sticky with words. They are talking about, yes, okay. Okay, I understand that it's not given here. Engenders, the word is not given. So if someone does not know what that engenders word means, they will get confused and but what I thought while attempting is that engenders means, and it so happens that it actually means to generate, etc. Okay. Now coming to option number A. Okay, option number B, based on our technical expertise, we'll coming to option number A, causes fragmentation of a nation and a retreat to a more savage time. Is it given anywhere? Leave the second part. Causes fragmentation of a nation. Is it given anywhere? We'll see. They talk about
Second
it.
para.
Yes.
Yeah, second para.
Yeah. So author is saying, okay, like quote unquote, he is talking that today Pandits speak in worried tones about the fragmentation of the country. Not that tribal culture has led to that. Okay, first of all, that is the first logical fallacy which we observe here. And an increase in tribalism. And it also talks about tribalism. Is tribalism equal to tribal culture? Okay, guys, these two things you need to be very careful about. But the author is saying, आजकल news channel वाले speak in worried tones about the fragmentation of the country. Okay, and an increase in tribalism, which is not equal to tribal culture. Tribal culture is mentioned in the question. Okay, even after that, as if acknowledging a group of identity were to retreat to a more savage time. Okay, so already we know the stance of the author, right? So is the author likely to agree with this? You understand the stance of the author, right? The last two paragraph, author talks about how it should be, tradition, tribe and all that, that should be, passed on from one generation to the other generation, not in form of writing but in the form of speech and all that. See, the author also talks about they are instinctual, constantly shape-shifting drafters in their own fates. Whether rabble-rousers or quiet mediators, ex on a mission or proclaimer of unexpected beauty, they are family. See, you understand, right? The author is in favor of tribes and all that. Is he likely to, even if it's true, is he likely to, uh, say that this is true? He's all like the look at the tone today. Pandits speak in worried tones about. So mostly, he does not think it is true. As if acknowledging, as if. So he is already questioning this whole statement. You understand, guys?
And
Yeah.
I think you are not very convinced, but try to look at this sentence. The American anthropologist MS has criticized the distinction long drawn between tribes and civilization, opposing whatever, arguing that tribes are not innately fierce or predisposed to violence. Today, okay, he is talking about these days. Pandits means experts speak in worried tones about the fragmentation of the country and an increase in tribalism. Tribalism, again, is not equal to tribal culture, but fine. As if acknowledging. So, if I say today he was talking about something, as if it were something. So, as if means it most likely is not, but he is trying to portray it as something. Understand, guys? As if acknowledging a group of identity where to retreat a whatever. So most likely he does not, the author does not believe that it is true. And if you also understand from the stance of the author, if you read it, so most likely he does not agree with this. Guys, you should,
Okay.
yeah. So like, it's fine, you go to, after class you can again read it and again look at the option, you will get it. So what I'm saying is A is a very strong thing which he will not agree with. It is completely against his ideology. Okay, and this is something which is being told by the pundits. It is not something which the author believes to be true, so it cannot be the answer. So A will be the answer. Okay, yeah. Coming to the second one, guys, this was a little tough, but I think you should have been able to do a little more, maybe 3 out of 4, but it's fine. Coming to the second passage, it was about global energy crisis. Okay, guys, unmute yourself and tell me what this passage was about. Just your and arguments or why you think it was about that.
it was between the developed countries and the wealthy countries. They were wealthy countries were forcing developed countries to use the renewable sources rather than they putting the efforts.
Okay, and Shreyas, what is your stance?
Yeah, actually, there was a comparison between developed and underdeveloped countries, but here they were talking about fossil fuel is the major thing that is used as of now by the developed countries, but they cannot rely on other solar and wind energy. They cannot produce energy using solar and wind. Because of some other because of their they are not very abundantly available, and there are many other issues with those things, but here the main crux I feel is that they are not allowing developed countries to use
Developed
fossil
countries.
fuel.
Okay. Mhm.
Yeah.
See, guys, like what you said is a little, you're not using the correct terms. So, starting, I'll tell you. So, they are talking about wealthy nations. Who are the wealthy nations? Are they the developed countries or are they something else? You need to first question yourself. And in the RC also, so they are the same. That is the first distinction which you need to make. The wealthy countries equal to the developed countries of the world. That is something very commonsensical as well, and it is something which is given. Now, second, coming to developing. So this whole passage is between developed or wealthy countries versus the developing countries. Developing. India developing, Africa developing, developed, Italy, Spain, US, UK, all of them are developed and wealthy as well. Whenever the passage mentions about wealthy and developed, they are mentioning to that bunch of nations, Europe and US. When they are talking about developing, other countries which they talk about. Now, what is the problem? The RC. See, these discussions will actually help you to grasp how. I have also read the RC once only, but you need to see what the author is talking about. And what I feel he was talking about is that uh, developed countries developed by using fossil fuels, but they are not allowing developing countries to develop or economically improve using fossil fuels. Why they are not using? They are saying that green, global warming, etc. reasons are they giving. Now, what is the argument of developing countries? Developing countries are saying, by tum to, like you became developed using fossil fuels, why are you not allowing us? And the other options they are giving, the developed countries are giving, that you use green, whatever, solar, wind, etc. Now, solar and wind have their own problems. They cannot generate enough to run even few factories in the developing countries, while the developing countries need it the more. Even the developed countries or the wealthy nations, they also don't have full, green production. They also are using fossil fuels even today, and for decades to come, they will be using it. So that is the whole scenario. You guys understood?
Yes.
Guys, any
Yes.
doubt? You be very free with me. Any doubts, you be very free with me. Any words if you don't understand, etc., be pretty free. I want you guys to rock the cat exam. So doubts यहाँ पर पूछोगे, etc., you'll be very good. Okay, so coming to the answers. Yeah, first answers. Okay, we'll jump. Guys, the key is also there. Okay, below only the key is there. So after you have, we'll have the key. Okay, so guys, tell me your answers. This one is a fairly easy one. Guys, answers.
I'm a first D, second D,
D.
third I didn't attempt, and the fourth one C.
Okay, for Tejal, I could only hear to what you said. Last one. Last one is C, and one and two. Okay, second one you didn't attempt. Third one you didn't attempt. One and two, what?
I'm I'm a first as D, second I didn't attempt, and third as D.
Okay, D, right?
Hmm.
Okay, D, and last one is C for Tejal, and for Shreyas, what was
I marked first one as D, second one as B,
D, right?
third, second one as B, B for Bombay.
Okay,
Third one as D, and fourth one also as D.
okay. Seems like he's in, favor of option number D. Okay, let me reveal the answer key. It is DADC. Okay, I mean we will look DADC. We will look. Hmm. What? So very interesting. What happened? What went wrong? We'll see. First one, you guys have done it correct, but just as a law, I'll go through it once. Question number one: the author's main argument in the passage is, it is hypocritical of developing nation to increasingly rely on coal and oil while insisting. This is very funny. I don't know if you guys follow this in real life. It is very funny. It is an actual phenomenon which is happening. So, like back in 2008 to 9, US accused India of producing a lot of greenhouse um, natural gases or something like that. India fired back with saying, you produce more greenhouse gases. So this is very funny. This is still going on, even in all the conventions. So it is very funny. It is hypocritical of the developed nations to increasingly rely on coal. Yeah, this is very easy. You know this. Even after, if you happen to read option D first, mark it and go. This is very good, very clear answer, crisp. Option C: developing countries cannot give up on fossil fuels. Yeah, this may be true if they have to continue on the path. Yeah, this may be true, but this is not the main argument. Okay, the main argument is hypocrisy only. And whenever it is saying main argument, overall idea, or something in questions, if it is asking, always take that option. Okay, guys, I want you to make notes of what I am saying. Whenever it is asking main argument or overall idea of the passage or whatever, even in para summaries, always take the option which encompasses most options, which is the biggest umbrella. Option number C does not talk about hypocrisy or developed or wealthy nations. How can we take this? We cannot, right? See, this is a very easy question and you will not get what I am saying, but in a very difficult question, this will help you to take out, what is the correct answer. Take the option which encompasses, which has the most, ideas of the passage. Most ideas of the passage. Even if you run that test here, you will come up out with D only. So C obviously cannot be. Option number B: significant investment and innovation are required for making green energy more efficient and cheaper. No, this is not. This is a point, but this is not a main argument, as I said. The global response to reduce reliance on fossil fuel for climate reasons is largely hypocritical. No, this is the wrong only. Okay, coming to option number 2. Tejal, you got confused or what?
Yeah, I got confused by looking at the options only. Like, I was not understanding like where the 48 countries of Africa is mentioned in the passage.
Okay. Tejal,
Yeah, like
you're chemical engineer, right?
yes,
Yeah, so you should not be getting confused with all this. Okay. So all of the following, if true, okay, would support the main argument of what is the main argument that guy is talking about? Here only he talked about, right? Main argument, right, Tejal? Hypocrisy.
yes,
Main argument is hypocrisy. Developed nation versus developing nation. Developed nation want to kill all other developing nations. Okay, all of the followings, if true, would support the main argument of the passage, except if it's true, then it will not support. Coming with option number D. If 48 countries in Africa tripled their electricity consumption through use of natural gas, the resulting carbon emissions would be less than 1% of the global total. Okay. See, if it is true, it will be supporting. You understand, right? In the passage, it is written that an average American spends n amount of energy, and that n number is used by
yeah,
23 Africans. This don't go
yes.
in maths and all that. Basic
Yes.
also it makes sense. So if it's true, it will make sense. So option number D eliminated. US has currently 24 pending fossil fuel projects, while the yeah it
But
will.
we are nowhere mentioning the UK in the passage.
USA is nowhere mentioned.
US is mentioned, but we are not nowhere mentioning UK.
Oh, you have they have not mentioned UK. Mm, okay. Oh, you are considering that Brexit moment when UK went out of Europe, right?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So
Let
I was like finding the UK was.
see. This is saying if true. These are all very random statements from the internet. Okay. UK is also a developed country, right? Tejal. So you can see like that also.
Yes,
This
yes.
yeah. So this is out of internet or somewhere. But I think UK is given. But let's see. Uh,
Even North Sea is not mentioned, so I thought,
sorry. No. Okay, Tejal, we are talking about fossil fuels. Okay, they might be having their green fields in North Sea or South Sea or Indian territory. We don't know, but the argument is US is financing those projects for their own use. They have mentioned it somewhere. Wait. Mm, I mentioned it. How they are, just a sec.
I think they are considering Europe
Yeah.
as
Meanwhile, Europe
yeah.
and US are begging Arab nations to expand oil production. The group of seven, okay, there is some group of seven, went so far to announce they would no longer. Okay. This is not out of scope. This we are not talking about this. Meanwhile, they are uh, begging. Germany is reopening coal power plants, and Spain and Italy are spending big on African gas production. So they are doing it for themselves only, no, Tejal? The developed
like,
countries are overwhelmingly being powered by their economy is overwhelmingly powered by gas, fossil fuels. That is also given to us. And wait,
yes.
yeah. So that's what US has currently 24 pending fossil fuel projects, while UK is licensing new oil and gas fields. So if this is to be true, that means they are doing the hypocrisy, no? They are telling आप green use कर लो, but हम लोग मतलब they are developed and they are still using it. So how can Nigeria and other developing countries use green? Okay, so Tejal, you got
Yes.
it? Yeah. It should not. I don't know. It should not be confusing. Like if it is true, this sentence can be anything. This can also be North Korea as well. We don't know where in North Korea, but if it is true, if okay, Tejal, be very careful. If ये सब इंटरनेट से वो लोग लाए हैं सेंटेंस, इट इज नॉट फ्रॉम द पैसेज, बट इफ इट इज ट्रू, क्या हिपोक्रेसी को वो बढ़ा रहा है और वट एवर वी आर टॉकिंग. एनीवेज, coming to option number B, rich countries are determined to cut down the extent to which aid and other development finance should fund fossil fuels and no, it is not. See, if it is true, rich countries are determined to cut down the extent to which aid and other development finance should fund fossil fuels in poorer countries. Are they doing that? That is the first question. They are talking obviously about investing. They themselves are investing in. We look at how US is investing in green, etc. But if this is to be true, are they helping the poor countries get greener? Guys, take some time and think about this. Rich countries are determined to cut down the extent to which aid and other development finance should fund fossil fuels in poorer countries.
Like I'm not able to get the structure of the sentence, like that cut down the extent to which aid and other development finance.
Just a second. I am also giving it a three to four times read. See, cut down to the extent. After that, you can start reading from should fund fossil fuels and. Rich countries are determined to cut down the extent to which I don't know how did I see this. Okay, we will wait. We will mark this. Mostly, I'll come to this a little later. I also didn't see this. I don't understand this actually. Rich countries are determined to cut down to the extent. Just a second. Give me a second. Which aid and other development finance should fund fossil fuels. Rich countries are determined, okay, to cut down the extent. Should fund fossil fuels. Okay, so guys, from what I am assuming, the rich countries are somehow were funding the fossil fuels of the developed countries. Wait a second. Um, okay, okay. Guys, this is the sentence which I also missed. I don't know why I. Okay, this is given, right? They will no longer support fossil fuel fund. So this is some fossil fuel fund, okay, which they were giving to for mostly like a subsidy to the developing countries. The developed world's response to the global energy crisis has put its hypocritical attitude towards fossil fuels on display. Wealthy countries admonish. Admonish means a negative criticism. Developing ones to use renewable energy. They are kind of trying to criticize and tell that the developed ones to use renewable energy. ... The group of 7 went so far. They went so far to announce that they would no longer fund fossil fuel fund development abroad. So from this sentence alone, we can infer that they were doing something which was anti, okay, which was this green, which was non-green. Let's say this global energy thing, the solar and wind which they are currently propagating, that was something green, and they were funding to something which was not green. So they have now said that the group of 7 went so far to announce they would no longer fund fossil fuel development program abroad. Okay, guys, you get it?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So after that, they talk about something else differently. Meanwhile, Europe and US are begging around. They are talking about the hypocrisy part from here. Meanwhile, but before that, they are talking about how they are, now all of a sudden they are criticizing the developing nations, and they have stopped that fossil fuel fund development, whatever that is, abroad. So that was most likely helping the developed nations to use fossil fuels in some way. Okay, let's come to B, option number B, which has rich countries are determined to cut down the extent to which aid and other development finance should fund fossil fuels in poorer countries. So, if this is true, it is actually supporting the argument that their hypocrisy. They are stopping this at the same time when they are, this meanwhile, they are trying to expand the oil production. So, this is still supporting the argument. Guys, any doubts, please feel free to ask. Tejal, do you get?
Yes, yes.
I don't know how I missed this option. It would have been a little difficult if I was attempting. I don't know. Need to be very careful next time. Okay, option number A. In the significant push for research and development, US has committed 9.5 billion for developing and adopting clean hydrogen technologies. So C. Option number A, if it is true, what will it be saying? US is committing for the green or whatever green, pro planet thing. So it is not being hypocrite. It is rather actually being a good guy and then saying the developed nations ki you also do. But if it is not doing that and still saying ki you also do green etc for the developing nation, then it is being hypocrite. So option number A. Guys, do you understand? Any doubt, please feel free to ask. I feel that you guys don't ask enough. Okay.
I got it.
Yeah. So coming to question number 3, which of the following cannot be inferred from the passage? DDD. US leads the this is easy, but as a rule, we'll go for others as well. We'll see. Solar and wind power do not provide a solution to world's energy crisis. This can be inferred actually. World's energy needs are currently being fulfilled by fossil fuels. Can be inferred. It is given. Fossil fuel consumption positively impacts economic development. Can be inferred. We can see, right? Developing nations and developed nations. But okay, very interesting here. C and D confusion. For all the rich world's talk of climate activism, developed nations are still on track to continue to rely mostly on fossil fuel for decades. So, Shreyas, what it is talking about? That quote unquote thing.
Like as of now, I think developed nations are using the fossil fuels now also, and from decades, like from past.
No, it is not saying from. See properly.
For decades.
Uh, if you are on track to do something for decades, what does that mean? It is saying that only, no? Developed
Doing
nations.
the same thing from like past.
No, it is not nowhere talking about the past. It is talking about what you will be doing for decades.
Oh,
See,
sorry, decades future.
yeah, developed nations
Sorry,
are
sorry.
still on track. So they were doing it, they are doing it to continue to rely mostly on fossil fuel for decades. You will be relying on that. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, see what
Mhm.
because why they will be dependent on that for decades to come. Fossil fuels still provide more than 3/4 of wealthy countries' energy needs. Is this the reason why they will still be dependent on it for decades? No. They might be dependent completely also, but will it be the reason why they will be still dependent on it for decades to come? Is it given anywhere that green energy cannot come and reduce their dependence? But
No. Yeah.
But if you look at option number C, see, I'm not saying because it is correct, but if you look at option number C, it is saying it may take decades for the world to achieve a development model based on alternative energy. See, it talks about decades. Talks about decades. Uh, it may take because we looked at, right, alternative energy is very hard to come, etc. Why developed nations will rely on fossil fuels for decades to come, because it may take decades for world or whatever those countries to achieve a development model based on alternative energy. This is a very good options. Okay, we will reserve this. Fossil fuels still provide more than three-fourths of the wealthy countries' energy needs. See, this might be true, but this does not mean that you will still be dependent on it for decades to come. Okay, I mean, just a weaker. I mean, if this is more likely, then this is a weaker option. We'll come to this. The way they became wealthy using fossil fuels, which still power most of their economies. This is not the reason why they will still be dependent on fossil fuel for decades to come. They became wealthy and that is there, but that does not mean so. Guys, you will have to be very objective and while coming to questions like this, so you can eliminate fast and move. They have ongoing contracts with Arab and African nations for. They might be having ongoing contracts, but does that mean they will have to rely on fossil fuels for decades to come? No. You guys can question why no. Use common sense. They have started the contract now, and they can also give up the contract also. They does not The contract does not have to mean you will be dependent on fossil fuels for decades. Second option, they became wealthy using, again, if you became wealthy using one thing, does that mean you will still be using that? And it is also not given. They became wealthy using fossil fuels, which still power most of their economies. Still powers most of their economies. That I don't know what this sentence even means. Most of their economy, maybe. Most of their economies, it's fine. Okay. So, but does that mean they will be dependent and will continue to be dependent on fossil fuels for decades to come? See, the problem is, for decades to come, for let's say 30 years, 40 years, you question yourself, will they still be dependent on it? Do they have to? That is what it is asking, and we are just saying no. Option A, no, they don't have to because of any contract. Second option, no, they don't have to just because they had a past with fossil fuels. Coming to option number D, no, they don't have to be dependent just because today three-fourths of my energy comes from that. No, I don't have to be dependent. 30 years from now, I don't have to be dependent just because today three-fourths of my energy comes from fossil fuels. But if you look at option number C, it is more overarching. It may take decades for world to achieve a development model based on alternative energy. This is also given somewhere. Alternative energy. See, first of all, it is inferred. It can be inferred that it requires some innovation. When we are talking about this, it requires some innovation here. Talks about this. Currently it is limited, we know. So the developed world is expensive. Just giving you more points to eliminate option number D more easily. Okay. See, he is talking about solar and wind power are not reliable. So currently the technology or whatever, it is not reliable simply because every German winter it is giving, right? So we can infer that it may take decades for them to, because why will it take decades of reliance on fossil fuels? Because it may take decades. You get it, Shreyas? This is a better
Yes,
answer
yes.
than option number D.
Yeah.
ऑप्शन नंबर डी you can eliminate actually, but ठीक है, for the sake of class discussion we think. So that's all, guys, for today's session. And the first one was a little tricky, but I think you guys should attempt more. Try to attempt all the options when you are giving a RC mock, and it will be good. From now on, we'll be having mostly two to at least three sessions per week, because I understand your cat. When is the cat date?
26.
26.
Oh, 26th. Okay. And so 26th. So I'll leave you guys free by November of 10th, and rest 16 days have some fun, relax, etc. So by November of 10th, we will try to cover up the next 9 sessions. Mostly we'll have 2 to 3 sessions per week. If 1 2 sessions get left, okay, don't budge a lot. And other thing, guys, whenever you are attempting RCs, try to attempt all of the questions. Don't leave any questions. I don't know, from today's RC might be a little bit of learning that if you don't attempt, then 100% you are missing it. If you attempt, then if it's a proper, well, well thought out guess, then most likely you will be ending with a score of 3 plus 3. So that's my 2 cents. Anything else, guys? We can always discuss in this forum. Now, any doubts, etc. How would you like the future coming sessions to be? Any inputs, Shreyas, Tejal?
We can have RC discussions more.
Okay.
Yeah, like that helps us to understand when we have attempted the RC earlier.
Okay, like today's session.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, okay. So yeah, what I'll be doing is I'll be giving you more RCs, and yeah, we can do that. Next session, we can have it. Shreyas, what time are you free usually? Your office.
Oh, I'm available on weekends. Yeah, like
Okay.
Saturday, Sunday.
And on weekdays, you have a very odd timing,
Week.
right?
Yeah, I'm in second shift actually. So
Okay. So Shreyas, mostly I'll be conducting one session. See, Saturday, Sunday, I can keep 2 sessions, joined. One on Saturday and one on Sunday. But I don't know how feasible it will be for others. So once let me ask it in the group, because I always feel that live sessions are better than the recorded ones. So even though I provide recorded as well, I always want you guys to interact with each other and talk. And so okay, I'll see if we can do it. And I think if you guys liked sessions like today's, I'll be giving you more. And maybe I'll increase the number of RCs, but 2 RCs only take about 1 hour. So I think it's fine for now, because one session should be of 1 hour, because you guys also have some attention span issues. I also have attention span issues. 1.5 hours I cannot sit and have the full concentration. So yeah, next session also I'll be keeping something like this. After that, maybe we'll have some mock discussion. I heard this same 12 etc. That was hard or something like that. CL also some mocks. It was very hard. People, a lot of them scored single digit. So I don't know which one. I need to see. If possible, we'll take up those. If you guys find any RC to be very interesting or very tough, we can look at that as well. Okay, Shreyas and Tejal.
sure, sure. Yeah.
Do ping me personally if you find something like that. And apart from that, okay then, guys, you can always reach out, and soon enough we'll be having one more one to one. And uh, advice to you guys is that, guys, please start reading. If you are not already reading, start for 1.5 hours every day, every single day. Go to the one notes which I have shared. There are lots of articles. Start reading. And I'll also be starting to send 30 40 minutes articles, so please read that. Yeah, that's all. That's all from my side. Okay then, guys. Yeah, we'll have the session closed, right? Yeah.
Okay. Bye bye.
Yeah. Thank you.